Thomas Waterford.
2.5 hours to go for midnight in New York City, and there you see that's the little ball. It's going to come dropping down in heralded Times Square. I guess the most famous place in the world for New Year's Eve. At least more people gather there every year. They were forecasting anywhere from 1 million to 2 million. And every policeman in the city of New York is at work tonight. By the way, tomorrow night, to kick off the new year, we will be in Seattle at Microsoft with Bill Gates. We welcome now to this special edition of Larry King Live, part of CNN's coverage of the millennium, the Reverend Billy Graham, who has appeared on the Gallup annual list of the most admired people. They've done 51 of them since 1948. He's been on it 43 times, more than any other individual, male or female. And in a poll finished tonight, which they announced just about an hour ago, Billy Graham finished number 7 among all-time admired people of the 20th century. Mother Teresa finished first. Congratulations, Billy. You're kind of used to this by now, right?
No, I never get used to it, and I'm not sure I accept the results of the poll, because I don't think I am that high in the poll.
Do you know the Dalai Lama, and what did you think of what he had to say?
First of all, I was staying in the same hotel with him a few years ago, and he had one of his aides ask me if I would have dinner with him that night, and I agreed immediately, and I was honored to be invited. But it was the same day that they announced from Scandinavia that he had just received the Nobel Peace Prize, and he left immediately. I never had the dinner.
What did you think of what he had to say about war and peace and optimism?
I think he had some good things to say, and I didn't agree with everything, but I agreed with most of what he had to say, except this: I think there is going to be, according to the prophecies of the Bible, wars and rumors of wars till the end of time, and I don't think there's anything that can change that except the human heart. Because I think the change has to come from within us. And it's not the guns, and it's not the atomic bombs that do the harm. It's the people that build them, and it's people that pull the triggers and push the buttons. And
you do not see that change?
Yes, I see that change taking place. I see it taking place everywhere I go. But it's on a small scale compared to the world's population. And another problem that we face, of course, is the expanding world population. Whether we're going to be able to support this kind of population explosion, I'm not sure.
What, Billy, does this, we call you Billy, Reverend Graham, but we know each other so it's a long time, it's hard not to call you. But Billy's at his home in Asheville, North Carolina. What does this millennium, this year 2000, specifically mean for you?
It means that we have a chance to start some things over again, or that we have to start new again. And we have New Year's resolutions that we normally make and then break a few days later. And I would like to see us make a millennium resolution that we're going to do all in our power to help bring peace to the world. And that it's not going to be these catastrophic events that we have had in the past where people are killing each other and raping each other. We can't help a storm like a hurricane or a tornado. That's in another area entirely. But we can help what's happening in the human heart. And the Bible says that there's a battle going on in all of our hearts, and that expands from state to state and person to person and group to group.
What do you make of what you see of these celebrations tonight all over the world, the joy on the faces of all these people as we have swept across continents tonight on CNN?
I've been watching ever since about 4 o'clock this morning, and it's been absolutely fantastic what you all have done in putting this thing together. And you're right, there was joy, happiness, anticipation, And it indicates that people want that. They're yearning for it. But from my perspective, they can only find it in a personal relationship with God.
By the way, in your belief, is there an apocalypse coming? Is there going to be an end?
Yes, I think that there's going to be a battle of Armageddon that'll be the greatest war of history, but I don't know when. It could be 1,000 years from now. It could be 1,000,000 years from now. Jesus warned us not to speculate about a date because he said he didn't even know. Only his Father knew. And so we can't speculate about that. But we do read some signs that he left us to say that when you see them all converging at the same time, you know that the time is getting nearer all the time.
Our guest is the Reverend Billy Graham, earlier the Dalai Lama. This is Larry King Live, part of CNN's continuous coverage of the millennium, the year 2000. It's arrived in the Western Hemisphere. You saw it at the top of the hour in Rio de Janeiro. Here's Washington, D.C. They're on the same time, Eastern time naturally, as New York, so they're 2 hours and 22 or so minutes away from their celebration, which will include an address by the president and a special film prepared by Steven Spielberg, all of it to take place on the Mall right in front of the Lincoln Memorial. We'll be right back with Billy Graham. Don't go away.